Should be good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. This is episode 217 of the No Hangover podcast. I'm your host, Eric, as usual. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify. For Instagram, it's at No Hangover. TikTok, it's at No_hangover. Check us out on those other platforms at No Hangover Podcast. Like, subscribe, rate, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you don't like it. And we'll have a little debate in the comments. But today we got a new guest. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, people. I am Erratic Inc., aka Gabby.
There you go.
Artist, designer, multitude of things, but first artist.
A jack of all trades. Yes. I mean, obviously, for the people that listen frequently or watch frequently, there's, new art on the wall. This is all yours. This one really stands out to me. I was going to get straight into it. What was the process to making this? Because, obviously, if you see, if you guys can see it, if not, it is a woman. There's a lot of different things going on, but you can see the face and how do you take a concept of just a person and then make it into something so abstract, but with shape?
It's so silly, but it's a heart thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just how I feel. With this specific piece, the idea was to take 3 different art styles and kind of bring them together. So this is an art style, the face is an art style, and then the black kind of ink is an art style.
Yeah.
But the process is so corny to say, but it's just it's something comes over my soul, and I just almost like music a little bit. When you make music, you just kind of go with how you feel, kind of go with what feels right.
Yeah.
So, I think it took me about a week to do this one, and I don't know. It is actually one of my favorites.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, there's so much going on, but again, there's still there's still a structure to it. There's still you see what's going on even amongst all the stuff that's going on in there. Is there a usual time frame that you give yourself or that you usually take just kind of naturally when you're painting something or creating something, or is that something that you kind of just let happen as it comes?
Yeah, I think it's a happen as it comes kind of thing. I've had pieces that I could knock out in a day, and then I've had pieces that I've worked on for years.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's almost it's a dance when it comes to creativity. I compare it a lot to music because it's there's some people I feel who can bust out music back to back to back.
For sure, yeah.
And then there's some people who have a body of work that'll take them a whole year to do. So I don't know. It's really just as far as the time frame. I've actually been trying to be more on top of it because it's I want to be one of those people that can kind of do more turnaround.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes with creativity, it's always
it's either there or it's not. Sometimes,
And sometimes you just don't want to draw at all. You're just man, I'm the worst artist ever. I can't do this no more. So
how would you balance that then? Obviously, because I've been having a lot of artists rappers on, and music is something that I enjoy a lot, and I watch watching interviews and things like that, and it's always kind of a common theme that I see is not getting too down on yourself or not letting other people's, I guess, perception of what your art is get you down. How is it that do you cope with that? Is it something you like you said, sometimes you don't even feel like you want to draw, what is it that I guess gives you that motivation to continue and kind of work through that outside bullshit?
What gives me the motivation to keep working through the noise is the need to it's the need to, let me see how I'm trying to say this. It's just the need to see the process through. For me personally, like, it's hard for me to start something and not finish it. It's hard for me to like have a dream or an idea and not like, even if it takes me forever, it's hard for me to like let things go. Like, especially when it's just something that kind of just burns inside of me. It's like, I don't know. I'm a very nonchalant spirit. Like, there's not much that can kind of deter me off of my purpose. Like, I'm kind of like a little alien. Like, I live in my own world. I do. Like, it could be a whole war zone outside and I'll be in my room painting. You know? Like,
hey, that's great escape though.
It is. I don't know. I have a lot of like ambition, and it kind of is what keeps me up at night. It's just like all of my dreams, and you're an entrepreneur. All of my dreams and ideas and just seeing them through. It's almost like a science experiment. Like, I just want to see if I can really do this.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, that's a good way to put it. It is kind of testing yourself, kind of seeing like, what am I really made of type
What am
shit.
I made of?
Yeah.
That's the feeling I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I did go like I remember one time I went like a whole year and I stopped like drawing, and I it's funny you do music. Like, I actually was into like music and trying to play the piano and stuff like that. So I took like a long year off of drawing and stuff like that. But when I came back to drawing and my skills was messed up, I was like, oh no, never again. I was rusty. I was like, never again. I ain't doing this again. But
you feel like it's like riding a bike though? Like, you kind of, do a couple drawings here and there, and then you were back to it like it was nothing.
It's like riding a bike. I have this theory. I feel like anybody could be an artist. Like, anybody could be as like can draw like this. It's just repetition. That's all it is. It's just constantly, you do anything, like when you work out, you do anything over and over again, eventually you just become amazing at it.
You're gonna see results.
The only difference between me and somebody else is I didn't stop since I was 7 years old. Like, I never stopped. That's
so what was like your first like memory of you kind of like, oh, this is something that I really like, I'm really digging this shit right now?
The first thing I remember ever drawing was myself.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I remember when I drew myself, I just kept feeling like it doesn't look like me. It doesn't look like me. So I just would not stop until it looked like me. And I don't know, I just couldn't stop. Like, I would draw from like, even from a young age, I was a night person. Like, I'd be up in the morning drawing, at night drawing. Like, I would draw like 24 hours a day. And I just couldn't stop. And then I guess when I would go to school, like, the teachers would notice and they'd be like, yo, there's something different about this girl. She ain't drawing six figures. Yeah. Like, there's something different.
Some sophisticated shit right
here. Yeah. So like, my mom, like, she's very entrepreneurial. That's where I think I get it from. Like, she had me like at 16 trying to like sell art pieces and stuff like that.
Fuck. You got to start them young. Fuck.
Yeah,
it's something. I mean, it's a mindset in a sense. Like, you have to be able to deal with rejection and like deal with failure and be able to take losses to, if you're really trying to make it on, on your own and be, self-made or whatever. Like, it's something that you have to be okay with, because not every day is going to be your day. Like, not every day is going to, go according to plan. Most days are not. So it's like, you kind of have to, build that, callous your mind a little bit to like deal with that type of shit. So, I mean, shout out to moms. I know it's Father's Day, but shout out to mom. Shout out to mom for that one.
And dad too. My bad.
Yeah, no, happy Father's Day. All the dads watching. This is going to be out after that, but, salute.
Yeah, like, and I think speaking of dads, I think that's where I get my resilience from too. My dad, he's very resilient. He's actually a DJ. So like,
oh, nice.
the man.
I got turntables over there that I'm trying to learn to use.
I'm like, do you do music or something? Because you got like a setup here or something.
A little bit. We can get into that a little later, but keep on going. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. Like my dad, like he been DJing since like he was a child, and the man is like freaking almost knocking on 68, still DJing,
still doing it.
And he ain't gonna stop neither. He don't stop. I think that's where I get my resilience from. Like, I don't know. It's a fire that burns inside of me. Just creating new avenues for myself. Just creating art. just and bringing other people's ideas to life too. Like when people come to me with commissions and just business ideas, you know, I also am a graphic designer as well.
Oh, word.
So I do like logos.
I mean, I feel like you have to be nowadays if you're going to be in art. Like you kind of have to be.
For sure. Like you can't, like in this day and age, in the world we live in now, you have to have multiple streams of revenue. Like it's like if you only have one stream of revenue, I'm sorry, you got to get on it because there's too much opportunity out here to just, I mean, unless that's the type of person you are. Some people, that's just what they are.
Sometimes you got to know your role. sometimes your role ain't going out and getting it. Sometimes
clock out, that's it. That's it for me. But I don't know. Like for me, I want to get to the point where like I can literally like live off of my art. Yeah. Like I think that's like the end game, because I feel like everybody should have like a little bit of an end goal, a little bit, not an end goal, but like, what are you doing it for?
Yeah, the vision, the bigger picture, like what is, you know, again, an end game, a goal, like
what is it? What are you doing it for? Like, what is it for?
For sure.
And I think for me to be able to wake up and live off of my art would be like, I'd be like, cool, I'm good, I'm good, I'm chilling right here. So
I feel like that's. For most people, I feel like for everybody in this world should be goal number one. What is my happiness? How am I going to get to it? Like, I feel like, you know, there's only so many things that us as humans are really like on this earth to do. And then you give yourself purpose and, you know, meaning through life and society and your experiences and this and that. And there's so many things that you can give yourself purpose. But like in the grand scheme of things, like all that is it's that journey to find your ultimate happiness. So like, go find that shit. Go get it. Like, why not? There ain't much else to do in this life. Go, might as well.
I feel like that's, as humans, I feel like that's what all of our goals should truly be.
For sure.
To live your truest, purest, most authentic self, and to live within your purpose. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's what we're all truly here for at the end of the day. Like, it's not to just get up and make money every day. It's really to just be your truest, authentic self and to live a life that really caters to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I think part of that though is, you know, doing things with intent, and you know that's what it, you know, seems like that you're doing, and you know that's what it seems like is kind of like, again, you're talking about, you know, having the end goal, having the end picture, like to be able to get to that, you have to be intentful with what you're doing, and even like, you know, just in your everyday life, like on, you know, how you talk to people, how you treat people, you know, how you carry yourself, you know, things like that, how, you know, how you keep things clean around your house, organize things like that, you know, those just doing things with intent, I feel like kind of like, again, takes you baby steps closer to what that ultimate goal is for, you know, whoever, whatever it is. But
I love that. I love the doing things with intent. That's actually been like one of my like mottos that I've been living by. I actually like read this book that Oprah recommended. It was called Seat of the Soul or Seat to the Soul, something like that. And this book was about how your intentions are what create your reality.
For sure.
So the like you said, like doing things is one thing, but the idea behind why you're doing it is what sets the tone for your reality.
For sure.
So sure. That's true. I like that.
And I mean, thank you. Yeah, but I think like part of that is like having an understanding of life and what life is, and like all that entails into life. And I think that's a harder concept to grasp for people, because again, like I think life is pretty simple. I think people make it very complicated and a lot deeper than what it truly is. And there is deep things in life naturally, but like I think the overall life isn't really not like it's not as complicated as we're making it. But I feel like that goes into, you know, the emotional side of things, you know, the psychology of things and things of that nature. And I feel like a lot of people have a hard time understanding their own like understanding and like their own emotions and their own psychology and how they view the world, and like projecting shit out that, you know, it's almost impossible to ask them to try and figure, you know, have understanding for other people and things like that. So I think it should be like I think like one of the core classes in high school, at least in high school, should be psychology. Like you take 4 years of science, you take 4 years of math, you take 4 years of history. Like you deal with people literally every day. You deal with yourself every day of your life. Like you cannot escape yourself. You're with yourself until the day you die. So like, you know, not to take away from math or anything, but like I haven't used algebra a fucking day in my life since after I like needed to do it at that moment. And like some people do, some people will, like it's there for a reason, but like psychology, I feel like it's something that you will take with you in any field in life, any aspect of life, any journey that you take, like that is a part of life. So like, you know, sometimes, I want to go back to school and take psychology classes. So, I mean, that's kind of, you know, part of my journey and like part of what I want my end game to be is kind of, you know, that's, I guess at this point it'd be a side quest, you know, because I want to build other things first. But, you know, as I'm getting to that journey of, you know, the end for me, that is something that I would like to do. Just why not? Like,
yeah.
If I'm saying it, you know, I might as well practice what I preach. You know, if I want it to be a class, I might as well take the class myself and see, you know, if it's really something that, you know, would be a good idea if I'm just talking out of my ass. So.
You could get far if you know how to work a room. That's true.
Right,
And you know how to talk to people.
I mean, and something that I've been learning a lot more recently, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And you know, that takes you, listen, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't know anybody.
You're not likable?
Honestly, like it kind of is a sad reality.
Like him. I don't want to work with him.
And it's crazy how much that like will influence like the world in senses, because like there's, you know, people in higher up positions that both of these guys are, you know, maybe this guy's a little bit more qualified, but you're my bud.
You know,
I can go golfing with you. Right. We can go out and hang out. Come on, I'll hire you instead.
That's crazy. Yeah. But that is so true.
But that's where the psychology and like emotion and all that, like it really, like it stems from that. And I feel like people lose touch of that. Like when they're talking about certain things, anything, when they're talking about sports or music or this or that, politics, religion, anything, like people lose sight of the fact that, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you. I'm just saying like, we're all people. Like the human element is everywhere in the world and you can see it like play out in real time. So like, I'm not saying that you have to accept it, but understand it. And there was understanding, accepting, and agreeing. You can, I feel like you don't have to agree with everything, but I feel like understanding and accepting are two big things, because then that'll just I feel like that will like make certain things in life just a little easier to deal with and maneuver through. And then I feel like that also helps you kind of come to like an agreement with whatever that thing is, as far as like, you know, trying to do something to make that better and more towards your liking or things like that. Does that make sense? Yeah,
I agree. I mean, psychology is even marketing. Like as a person who does graphic design, people don't realize, well, some people, most people, almost 90% of marketing and successful branding is psychology. Yeah. Like knowing how people think, knowing what people love, what makes people cry, what makes people sad. That's what makes people want to buy Apple versus people want to buy Android. Like how do you feel when you buy Apple? When people come to me for a logo, I ask them questions. They'll be like, "Why is she asking me that?" I'll ask you like, how do you want your target audience to resonate with your brand? Like how do you want them to feel? What's the energy? Like those are really powerful tools. Like the power of influence. Like we have freaking
influencers is a new that's like a job title.
Listen, Cat Williams said we got influencers and they don't even influence shit. Listen, they don't influence shit, but we got influencers.
That's a whole fucking like job title now.
That's a whole job title. That's crazy. They invoke emotion.
For real, like, real shit. Real. Damn, I didn't even think of it. That's some real shit. Oh man, yeah, it's so fucking wild world we're living in right now. We got 12-year-olds
that are millionaires because they can tell you the freaking. They could do a little dance. Look at Kai Cenat, or whatever how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere too.
I don't keep up with social stuff like that. Yeah. But that boy to me is impressive. He's impressive.
And that's one thing. Like you don't have to fucking like it, but you know when people start making money like that and able to get like mainstream commercials like he's getting, like you have to like hey, respect. Like, you hustled your ass off. Like, there's some type of intelligence there. Like, there's
a lot of intelligence there. Like, he gets thousands and millions of views just because he knows what people want to see.
Yeah.
Like, he knows how to like move a crowd. He knows how to get people to stare at him. I need to get on streaming. That's my next avenue.
That's the fucking
like,
move.
streaming.
I know a few people that are starting to get into it and shit like that. I was at a live stream like a couple weeks ago. Like, I was only there for like 20 minutes, but like, yeah, I mean, that's the move for a lot of people. And it, you know, you could generate money doing that shit. And there's money out there to generate. And like, there's, I mean, TikTok, Instagram, fucking Twitter, fucking what else? Snapchat, fucking.
You gotta get on the wave, man.
But that's always been my hardest thing because I'm not a social media person.
Yeah.
Like, sitting here and talking is one thing, but like promoting myself and like, I don't know, posting shit on so like, I don't really care that much. Like, I have it just because like, obviously, like, I'm part of that generation, like Instagram, all that shit. And I have it for the podcast mostly now, but I don't really, if you check my own personal Instagram, I haven't posted on my grid in probably like 3 years. Like, I just don't be posting shit. And if I'm posting on my personal one, it's promoting the podcast. Yeah. So like, I really wouldn't use it, but it's just like, you kind of have to be on there in a sense. Like, I hate, like, it's not that strong, but I feel like it's kind of on the fence still. Like, for me at least, like, you don't have to, but like, it makes things a lot more difficult if you're not, especially in business.
I agree with you. Like, I'm one of those people, like, a strong part of me, I wish I could just like delete all my apps, but I can make so much money off of Instagram. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, if I don't post and I don't show my art, like, how they gonna know where to buy stuff?
And like, there's events and shit like that, but most of these events are now posting on Instagram. Like, and like, you're talking to people and businesses through fucking TikTok and shit like that. So it's like, you know, yeah, I mean, if you want to go to like a news board somewhere in your town hall or fucking, I don't know, like, start sending out mail, sure, but you know, things are moving so much faster now that you're gonna get left behind. So you got to be with the times a little bit, which kind of leads me into, you know, what I was trying to get into in the beginning a little bit, but you know, we let the conversation go, and that's what we do here. But you said at 16 your mom was pushing you to, you know, sell and kind of building that entrepreneurial mindset and all that. Like, I know for some artists it's kind of hard to like sell their work and like put a value on it, or like, I know I've known artists that just want to give it away. Like, if somebody wants, like, oh, I can't sell this, like, and things like that. Like, how did you start going from, I like doing this is fun, this is something that I enjoy, to trying to, all right, like, how can I make money off of this and, you know, combine what I love with work and, you know, make it something that, like you said before, that is going to be, I want to live off this. Is like, how did you start? Where did that transition start for you?
Probably when I was like, I want to say 5 or 6.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Damn, an advanced 5-year-old over here thinking about finances. Damn.
I'm not going to lie to you. Like, some girls, they was thinking about their weddings.
Yeah.
Some girls was thinking about being married, having babies. I literally would be in my room, turning my room. I would take my stuffed animals. I would set them up like they were in a store. I would put prices on them. I put clips on my nails, acting like I had nails. And I had like, I actually had a typewriter. I would pretend I had like a typewriter. It was a cash register. And I would pretend I had a store in my room.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember doing this very, very, very well at 5 years old. And that was like, I have very active imagination too. Yeah. Like, I was one of those kids, I could be by myself and have a blast. I was weird. I literally, like, I could have a blast by myself. That's all you need. Shit. That's all you need. Listen, I was entertained. Since I was a little girl, I always wanted to like be like a successful like business person. Like, I don't know what my mom definitely helped. Yeah. But you feel like the idea was already there before. It was always in me. Like, I would just I would always turn my room into a store. Like, my mom would give me her clothes and I would pretend like I had like a clothing store. Yeah. Like, I was always doing some cutting up clothes, making new clothes.
Oh shit.
drawing greeting cards, selling greeting cards. I was selling candy when I was like in grade school. Like I was always like just, I don't know. I just love the idea of business.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think like my dream has always been to just like have my own, like be like, you ever heard of Lisa Frank?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
I want to be like kind of like Hello Kitty. Like my art is just on every fucking thing. Yeah. And I'm just selling everything. Like that's
for real. Hello Kitty is like there's Hello Kitty culture out here. Like that shit
like
is
a cult.
And for real, that has its own like following. Damn, that shit is wild.
That's what I'm trying to be. That's what I'm trying to be. But I don't know. Like I sell clothes. Yeah. I sell art. I do graphics. I do animation. Like I'm always doing stuff to try to like get there. Yeah. But that's one thing, the advice I would give is like just have kind of like, it's good to be a jack of all trades, but kind of have a focus, kind of learn to niche down. Right. And that's where I'm at right now. That's the struggle I'm at right now.
And that's kind of what I was telling you before a little bit is that, you know, I'm niching down a little bit with the podcast, but I still want to be able to keep my, you know, my arms on in different, you know, different things as far as, you know, the type of people that I have on and bring on and I'm able to talk to and things like that. So I feel you 100% on that. So it is, you know.
It's hard. When you are such a creative person, it's like, damn, one day you want to paint, next day you want to be a freaking instructor for, I don't know, karate or something.
And I think like with social media kind of makes that hard because you have to, you know, find your role first before you can kind of like, you know, do bigger things with it. And that's kind of, you know, find the one thing you really enjoy doing out of all the other things. And once that clicks, then, you know, oh, but I was also doing all this other shit too. Y'all just didn't know it. Like,
y'all didn't know.
I'm the shit over here. Like, so no, but I feel that. So how? Because you said imagination, you're very active imagination, all that. How do you keep that balance of like still like being able to tap into that like childish imagination and still have that in like being an adult?
I don't.
Just dealing.
I don't. I'm a big ass. I look like I'm not. I'm a child. I am a child.
Like that's. I feel like that's a struggle for everyone. Is like, you know, finding
especially millennials. I've noticed like I don't know. I don't even know how old you are, but I feel like there's a certain age group who grew without social media. The ones that are like we're in between when internet kind of came about. It's like we're kind of like stuck a little bit. It's like a part of us are still so youthful. Yeah. But then there's the part of us that like we're supposed to be grown now. Like damn. Like but most of us still playing PlayStation.
I just got a PS5 over there. Fuck. What do you mean? I'm fucking.
Most of us are still playing video games and stuff. Like I have to adult today.
Boo.
Like
I feel that.
I see parents, they pulling pranks on their own children and stuff. Like this, we are the adults. It's sad, but
it is weird. Like coming to that, like, because I feel the same. I'm 31. I just turned 31, so I was born in '94. So I've definitely in that like remember going out riding bikes, like being disconnected, like asking your parents, like, hey, can I go ride my bike with my friends? And they say yes. I'm telling them I'm going here, and I'm fucking traveling everywhere.
Gone.
It's like
outside
like,
all day
for real. So like I definitely that, you know, we still have like those fond memories, but like you know transition. Essentially, we were the guinea pigs for it because really like what 2010ish to like 14ish, 6, like that's when like, you know, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, like, you know, that's when that Facebook was already there in MySpace, but like that's when it was like an app on your phone. Yeah. And that's when it was like that. Like thinking about that now, like such a game changer. Yo, such a game changer.
It's crazy. I was just talking to somebody about that. Like I was like, yo, like even when like Facebook and Twitter was hot, we still weren't really in our phones like that. Like we was still kind of like outside connecting, actually interacting with humans. Yeah. I don't think until like TikTok came around for real that it became like.
Well, yeah, but I feel like that was the first one to like instantly, like that was like the first kind of like, because I guess all these other apps, like if you think about it as far as like a superstar, like celebrities and things like that, like most of them had to grind for it, kind of set the path for it, and then there's that one that catches fire and is like the ultimate superstar from the jump. That's kind of what TikTok is. Like you got, you know, Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter kind of laying the foundation, and they took a couple years to kind of, you know, get up, and they kind of built the foundation for TikTok to be the fucking, Fucking give me more. Give me
Listen,
more.
when I literally have to like have a conversation with myself when I open up TikTok. Yo, TikTok is
20
like
minutes, that's it.
listen,
No more.
TikTok is crazy, yo. Like you open up the app and it's like you just
Boom. Immediately.
It's this energy that's just you just there. And next thing you know, you're trying to order some pills. Next thing you know, you're trying to order an exercise machine. Like, how did I get
See,
here?
that's the thing. I'm just recently on TikTok because I've been posting more on that for the podcast, and I like kind of swipe to the shop on accident sometimes.
Yo,
and I immediately swipe back. I'm like, nope, not gonna even fucking go into that. And then I just go do what I got to do, check, make little edits on the post, and then get the fuck out of there.
TikTok, get the fuck out of there.
But like I have to make it because like there's been a couple times where I'll catch myself just kind of watching videos. Like I followed a couple like pages now. Like I've been watching a lot of Repo Goat. He's just going up and repoing cars and shit.
Next thing you know, you're watching cat videos crying. Like,
you know what's wild? The fucking AI videos of like celebrities talking as like in their babies. Have you seen any of those?
No, wait.
Oh
what?
my god! So like it's AI of like celebrities as like babies, but they're like doing like so. Cat Williams had one, and it was I forget what special it was, but it had him telling the joke. But it was him as a baby. Yeah. And that's been on my feed crazy lately. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it's so funny because they're just cute little adorable babies just fucking talking, having the same conversation. It's fucking wild. That AI shit is wild.
But I'm not gonna lie, my algorithm is pretty funny because I love laughing.
Yeah.
So I be seeing some. That's the easiest way to get me to stay on. Is the funny stuff, like just watching dumb stuff, like.
That's how they get you, because then they'll get you like the fucking algorithm will catch you, and then they'll show you like 5 or 6 like in a row, boom, just like that. And it's like, fuck,
yeah,
you did it again.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that, man, because like, and I kind of be like, dang, like the kids that kind of grew up with it, I be wondering like, are they okay? Are they all right?
For real? Because they don't know any better. They don't know anything else but that.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's always something that like I've seen where they like parents are just putting a tablet in front of their face, and like you know, when I see it, I try not to judge because like I don't know how often they're doing it, but like if I had to assume, I'm sure that's their fucking go-to move. So like imagine like at fucking 2 years old, probably even younger than that, just already just boom in front of your face, screen right there, nothing else. Like,
well, it's programming.
Ooh,
it is programming.
Is it not? Fuck, no doubt about it. And that shit is fucking. Ooh, it's scary a little bit. That shit's spooky a little bit.
I have faith though. I think our humanity, like I feel like it's gonna take a turn for the best. I do. Like I feel like ultimately we all just want to kind of elevate at the end of the day. For sure. And I tend to agree with that, and I tend to think that most days. But there are some days where I get in my little conspiracy theory element, and I'm like, damn, maybe like, fuck. I just go off in the fucking rabbit holes in my mind of like, what the fuck is going on right now? But I also feel like it's just like kind of like information overload too with social media, because everything is so instant. Like, you know, before you'd have to wait until the 8 o'clock news or the newspaper and shit like that, and news didn't travel as quickly. Now it's, you know, 24/7 news cycle with everything, whatever you like, whether it's, you know, you're watching like the regular news, or you're watching, I usually got like Sports Center on, or NFL Network or some shit like that I got constantly going, or, you know, if you want to watch music, you know, channels, there's constant shit on YouTube or media outlets and shit like that. That the news cycle, once something happens, like boom, you're getting it immediately. So it's like you don't really get a break for it, and then like it's information overload. You don't really, so like it kind of is like, oh fuck, like it's wild. And then throw Chat GPT in the mix. Ooh, and I've been using him a little bit lately too. Shit. Listen, that's my best friend. we done built.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
We done built empires together.
Hey, but that's what it's there for. I've already had a few people on that have said the same thing, and it's true. Like, it's the best assistant to have.
It really is. And you know, I be thinking sometimes like, dang, why did they give this to us for free? And then that's when my conspiracy theory comes in, and I'm just like, man, this is a trick, man. They gonna get us with something eventually, because ain't no way we should be able to get access to this much like intelligence for free. Like, there's a gimmick. There's something. There's a catch.
There's something going on.
But I'm gonna keep going till they catch
Fuck it. Might as well. Nah, it is, that's the thing. That's also, part of the information overload. Like there's so much shit that it's so much easier to get into that conspiracy theory fucking mindset and shit. And, it can kind of like, people, I feel like people can like self-sabotage in that way and kind of like, what is it? Paralysis by analysis. Like just too much going on. Like, you need a break. You need to be able to disconnect somehow and things like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. ChatGPT helped me raise my credit score 40 points.
Boom.
Them dispute letters. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Hey, she's giving out free game. You better take that shit. Free game.
40 points.
Go ahead, say it louder for the people in the back.
You better dispute that shit. I'm just saying, like, if it's there, use it.
For real. I mean, might as well. Like, it's not going away. It's not going away. If like we were saying, happiness, usually making your life a little bit easier, taking away those, adult stresses, so then you can continue to have that, child imagination and create and things like that. It's a tool.
And that kind of goes back to the original question you asked me. I just feel like you should never let go of that childhood spirit.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like children sometimes can be the most intelligent sometimes.
For sure.
They don't have all of the stresses of life block. They don't have the unsuccessful stories to block them.
Yeah.
Like, when you have an idea as a child, you go for it
because
you're not worried about.
You don't know any better.
You don't know any better.
Yeah.
And I kind of approach everything like with intelligence, but at the same time in a childlike way, because
for sure
I don't like to let my preconceived notions and ideas stop me, because that's really all it is.
You're your own worst enemy.
You are your own. You are the only person really that is in competition with you, for real.
And people will try and point to everybody else, but like, nah, dog, it's you.
You're the reason why you're not getting things done. Not
for real.
Not Susan.
For real.
You didn't
for real.
Today. You didn't work out today.
Facts. Honestly, it's that simple, but people don't want to hear that shit.
Nah.
It's easier to fucking this person and that person and fucking Mikey over here fucking.
I'm gonna do it next week with my checks.
Yeah. You gotta fucking. You gotta struggle through it.
Yeah, and I think that's what also kind of makes me so resilient, is because in my heart I know I'm the only person that's stopping me from the success that I want to achieve.
Yeah.
So knowing that makes me more ambitious, because it's like, if I'm the only one stopping me, then why shouldn't I keep going? Why shouldn't I do what I want to do? Why shouldn't I, why should I let anything else influence me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No,
for sure. I mean, so many things in this. I mean, it's again, it's so easy to let other things influence you nowadays that it's, you
like,
gotta.
Why do you do this? Like, why do you do what you do? Why no hangover?
So I mean, it started, honestly, no hangover started with it was me, like I said, me and a few of my friends, and at that point in our lives, we were just kind of drinking a little more, going out a little bit more, things like that. So it kind of, we would drink a lot and wake up with no hangovers. So it was kind of, that's where it started. But then it kind of, as it started developing, and we started putting our own personalities and our own I guess our own views on it and things like that, and making it our own, and started turning into, we want to debate about different things, talk about different things like that, and maybe not agree on everything, but there's no hangover from past conversations. Like, we keep it going, we keep it moving, like it's all love. Like, so that's kind of what it's turned into now, into this. And I feel like, like I was telling you before, we started recording, I think, people get lost in everything that's going on, and by all means, build your own beliefs, your own thought processes and things like that. But I feel like, when you stop talking to other people that don't necessarily agree with you or see eye to eye with you on everything, that's when shit really starts kind of going south. I feel like you need to keep your mind open to having conversations with anybody to really get an understanding of, what life really is. And like, how you perceive it in your mind to what actually is, and I feel like ultimately understanding is a key to happiness, and being okay with things, and accepting certain things that, yes, you can work on and you can work to make better, but this is not gonna, this is, again, a building block, a foundation for the next generations to to progress on what we're doing and things like that. And I think you kind of have to take a step back and take a bigger look at everything, including yourself. And I feel like that's where it really starts, is being able to look yourself in the mirror every day and like, all right, I'm doing what I can, like I'm giving it what my best is for today, and be as loving and as understanding, and be willing to listen and be willing to hear people out. Like I feel like there's again too many people worried about themselves, and you need to be there's got to be a level of selfishness in life. Like again, like I said, you live with yourself every day of your life, so you have to take care of yourself and protect certain things about yourself, like your happiness and your peace and all these things. But I also feel like you have to be able to take those same lessons and apply them to other people and not just to yourself as well. And then again, that'll just I feel like it'll just make things so much easier for your peace of mind, and just like for what this whole thing really is.
It's almost like, I feel like what you're saying, when you say all those things, it sounds like to me like you feel like every person that comes on your show is almost like a lesson you learn from them. Like it's their story.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why I like to have different people on. I like to talk to different people. I like to, again, keep, I have my own ideas and my own ideologies and, my own beliefs and things like that. But listening to other people just keeps things fresh, keeps, my mind open, keeps, my ears fresh, keeps my listening, because listening is a skill. I've come to learn. It is, listening, communicating, understanding. Those are skills. And, some people might have it a little better than others, like as far as like naturally, just like anything else. But it is something that you can work on, and it's something that you can build, and it's something that you can learn. Most people in this world have the ability to understand and listen and communicate. Now, whether they want to is a whole different story. And that's, kind of where I'm, trying to, use, my little influence, my little platform that I have to sit down and listen to people. Again, like I might not agree with it. I might think you're wrong, but like if I sit here and listen to what your thought process is and like what's going on and what's leading you to this, again, then I can understand. And then if I really feel so strongly about it, then I can start, all right, well, this is what the root problem is. Like, why do you feel like let's attack this first and things like that, and like let's get this. But like if you don't, sit down to have conversation with people, like how are you ever going to understand somebody?
That's so true. Listening to understand, because I feel like a lot of people listen just to respond. So that's very powerful. And for me, like I just feel like for so long I've always been like I told you, kind of like to myself kind of person.
Yeah.
Like I used to feel like I could be by myself and enjoy the company. But recently, as I've gotten older, I've realized like you think you can do it all by yourself.
No
But
way.
the truth is,
it takes a village.
millionaires don't just do things by themselves. Like you have to like get out. You have to network. Like this is me actually like stepping out and getting to know different people, getting to, like you said, listen to different points of view, collaborating with different people. Like just recently I started collaborating with this movement, Chosen, and like they like, shout out to Kara Tattoos, like she's so dope, because like just seeing kind of like how she works and just seeing how she puts things together, and just being in a room with just like-minded people that have the same vision. Like you have to surround yourself with the energy of what you're trying to be and who you're trying to become, because if not, you're just going to be a product of your environment, and you can't just be in your own four walls. You're just going to be your own four walls environment. You gotta, if you want to be a millionaire, you got to talk to millionaires. If you want to be I don't know, anything.
Insert whatever.
Insert whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I realized like I had to start, like even this podcast, like this is so out of my comfort zone. Like I usually just like to be in my own room, painting alone. I'm okay there. Yeah. But like, I didn't know what this was gonna be like. But I was just like, yo, I gotta step out a little bit, get to know. But at the same time, I have to be cautious of how I present myself, how I carry myself,
for sure.
stuff like that too. So That is very important. So I think like even this is so powerful because you get to meet different people every single time and you get to choose. You get to choose. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I try to keep it pretty open. If somebody reaches out to me that wants to be on, I'll respond every time. Now, whether it happens or not, that's one thing. I've had people fall through, or I haven't really gotten anybody that I'm like, nah, I don't want. Like, I personally don't want to have on. Like, for whatever reason, it hasn't happened yet. Most people is just either timing didn't work out, or they just never followed up, and that was that. But
am I the first painter you've had on here?
Yeah. 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 So, hopefully it keeps on going. Like I said, my mom, she painted, a lot, and that's something that I've been trying to get her back into, honestly. For her birthday, I got her, me and my sisters got her a canvas and some pastels, because she likes painting with pastels and all that.
I love pastels.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that my mom made that outside in the hall.
Oh, I gotta go see it. I gotta see it. But yeah, I love pastels.
Yeah, I've been trying to get her to, kind of get back into that creative space and things like that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, because I know that's always something that she enjoyed doing, and I mean, I liked her paintings, and then there was moments where she was kind of in that space of like people wanted to buy her shit for a decent amount of money, and she just kind of like, she said morally she just couldn't do it. I'm like, good for you, but damn, like you should have done that shit. Like,
I understand that.
Yeah,
like, there's an attachment sometimes. For some artists, there's an attachment. Like this piece, I've had so many people ask me how much, and I'm just like
priceless. Think again.
It's sad. It's sad because it's like it's like but I have to get out of that.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to all you other painters. Y'all got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that, because it's like, how you gonna sell it? How you gonna grow as an artist? Like if you can paint, you can paint another piece. I can paint another one of these, but it's like history. Like, this was actually my first oil painting that I ever did.
That shit's dope.
I painted this when I was 17 years old. That was the first time I ever like painted.
Yeah.
For real. And I actually was with I can't remember. This was when I lived in Buffalo. I was with not famous, but he was a really successful oil painter. And his way of teaching me was just, he gave me a canvas. He was like, paint. And
like, what?
Yeah. And then he came back and he saw this. He was like, what? But I can't let it go. So obviously, naturally, I gave it to my dad. Yeah. I took this from my dad to bring it. He's like, where are you going, my painting? But yeah.
Like, we'll bring it back. Shit, don't worry.
Yeah, like, just like putting yourself out there, getting in the mix, getting to know people, but also practicing your discernment, knowing like what energy and environments you want to be around.
What was the hardest piece for you to let go of? Like, was there something that you knew you were making for somebody, and then when you finished it, you were like, damn, like, you sure you want to buy this shit? Like, you sure?
The hardest piece for me to let go of, it was, I don't have a picture of it, but it was like this color pastel picture that I did, and it was for this art show. It was a Aston Martin art show. Yeah,
Aston Martin. That's a James Bond car. Shit.
Yeah, my mom.
I love Aston Martin.
My mom actually threw the event. It was a charity event.
Nice.
Yeah, and this like millionaire walks in there with his rich wife or whatever, and he was like, this one. I want it.
And that's like some movie shit.
And I'm like, but he looks so rich. I can't tell him no. Like, he looks like he never hears the word no. And his rich wife was there with her 20-year-old looking self. And I'm just like, all right, just give me 700. And he bought it. And I was like,
damn.
What? And to me, that was a lot of money. I was like,
damn, you probably could have fucking asked for fucking like 5-10 G's, maybe. Shit.
I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just motivated me. Like, and then he like sent me and my mom to his famous spa on a hill and treated us to a spa day. I was like, damn, I could live this life. Okay, this is the life. But it was hard for me because I never like just sold a piece like that I had I had spent weeks on that piece too, and it's just gone. And I think about it all the time. Damn. And I'm like, but you know what? I gotta do another piece like that.
Yeah,
More stuff
serving
like
its
that.
purpose. It's serving its purpose.
It did. It really did. That's probably the hardest piece I ever. The hardest moment for me, because that was the first time I actually like just made something and let it go like that. Like, it's weird. Like, I'm kind of like your mom in a way. Like, I feel almost better giving it away to somebody like I love than selling it, which is bad. It's really bad.
Well, I mean, bad financially, yes.
Bad financially. Right.
Not necessarily bad, in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, financially, if you can make a quick $700, a quick fucking stack real quick, might as well.
That's why I got into graphic design. Because with graphic design, you can reproduce.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, I mean, did you go to school for art or anything like that, or you just have been doing it just based off like kind of? Because I know. Because even my mom, I know she did classes for a little bit, after she graduated high school and all that. So, is that something that like you went to school for, or is this all just kind of like self-taught kind of thing, like YouTube University type shit?
YouTube University. I went to Savannah College of Art and Design for illustration.
Nice.
And then I went to Full Sail for digital arts and design. And like I kind of always like taught myself, but then I went to school to like kind of master it.
Yeah, hone in the craft.
But yeah, shout out to Full Sail though. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Is that what brought you down here?
No. Family brought me down here, but Full Sail, it's an expensive school. I ain't
so I heard.
It's expensive.
I've heard.
It's expensive.
One of my boys actually, he went there. He like in filmmaking and things like that. And I had him on the podcast, and he was telling me about his story about getting into Full Sail. It's like, because he's from New York too. So he was like, shit. Like the conversation that he had with the guidance counselor or whoever was connecting him was like, do you make films or anything like that? He's like, no. And the guy's like, well, you have an iPhone, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, so you have an iPhone and you don't make films. Like, maybe this isn't the school for you. And he's like, oh shit. Like, damn. So that then that week he used his phone, started making films, called back, and then, got him down here. So like, it is,
Full Sail's lit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did get a scholarship, so that did help.
Nice.
But I ain't gonna lie, that's the degree that'll pay you back eventually, because everything I learned at Full Sail I can use to make money with a job or without a job. Like, the second I left Full Sail, I was making money with what I learned how to do. Now, that was for the specific degree I went to. I don't know about other degrees, but they taught me like the entire Adobe suite. Like, they taught me how to do animations, graphics. I know how to do everything, Cinema 4D, and it was within 2 years. It was worth it for me. I'm even thinking about like moving abroad, and that's probably what I'm gonna be doing, is like graphics and stuff like that. And I use it for myself as a business person. I make my own logos. I make my own website. So it definitely was a great school to go to, but it's expensive.
Hey, fuck, knowledge is fucking expensive.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to college, go for something that you wouldn't like try to learn on your own, and go for something you can make money with a job or without a job. Yeah. If you go to college,
it's like a trade essentially.
Yeah. But you can learn a lot on YouTube. University. For sure. I ain't knocking.
No shit. No, I mean that's A1 for me right now. That's fucking stop number 1 for me. Looking up shit and fucking.
YouTube will teach you anything. Everything you need to know.
Facts, because I went to college for a semester and quickly found out not for me. Nah. Yeah. I played sports, so I got a little money to go to a school in Virginia.
That's dope.
And I was like, the schedule was really brutal. I'm like, I don't know if I love football this much anymore. So. But yeah, so then I started just working and things like that. But it's led me to this, and I actually went. I was gonna major in media and communications. So it kind of.
But you already doing media and communications, right? You don't even need to go to school for that.
No, and that's kind of where I started kind of figuring that out, and it was like, all right, well, yeah. I mean, it might be at a slower pace than what I would have done, in 4-year college program, but like I'm saving money, in the long run. Like, these microphones I got for free because my grandfather was actually a professor at UCF for media and communications for like 20 years. So, yeah, so I remember being, he would take us to work sometimes, like me and my sisters and my cousin, and we would be playing in the newsroom at UCF, and we weren't supposed to be doing it, but they had that green screen and it was kind of like sloped, so you can kind of run up it and run. So we were just running around in there. But I remember like pretty vividly being in his office and being at UCF on the campus, and seeing all these things for since a pretty young age, and my both sides of my family are pretty musically inclined as well. So that kind of.
Do you play music or?
I know how to play the piano a little bit. Yeah. I've been trying to get back on it and kind of hone that in a little bit, and try to use some of these connections that I've met recently to kind of get into that field a little bit. But my uncle on my mom's side, he has his master's in music. He's a band director at a high school in New Jersey, and he plays the trombone. The trombone. There you go. Lost it for a second. I remember though. But my grandfather, he played the Spanish guitar. He played a lot of different instruments and things like that. So like
that's why you love music so much. I see you got the Tribe Called Quest there.
Midnight Marauders, you already know.
Anybody that likes Tribe Called Quest, I know they know about music.
I mean that really influenced. I listen to almost anything. Mm-hmm. Like I've been a lot.
How do you feel about music today?
What are your thoughts? Overall, like in general, I think we're probably at the best time for a lot of shit, just because of the access and things like that. And I do think there's a level of oversaturation in a lot of fields, especially in entertainment and media and music and things like that. But I am still a believer in the cream always rises to the top. Like the best people, if you got talent and something like that, like you're gonna shine like through all the bullshit. It might be a little bit harder, to get through it, but just because there's so much shit to sift through now with social media and that kind of taking out the middleman of record labels and management companies and things like that. But I think overall we're at a really good time because you literally can access any, especially in music, like. You can access any type of music. If you wanted more kind of fusion, like, rap, country, or like fucking pop and fucking whatever the fuck, you name it. Like there's all different types of fusion now in music. But then if you want to get more specific, like you can still find like niche artists. Like if you want to find like some pure R&B shit, you can still find artists like that. If you want to, 2019 is when I discovered K Tronada. One of my favorite artists, like
I love K Tronada.
I saw him twice live. That shit, man.
That's all I listen to. That's
I love
hilarious.
K Tronada. He's probably my not, and it's such a short period of time. He's become my favorite artist.
It's like I'm getting to the point I don't even want to hear words. I just want to hear real good music.
Man, it's so good. I can't even words can't even describe. Like he is so damn good. And watching him live too was the first time I saw him was at I saw The Weeknd in 2022 and he was opening for him. Mm-hmm. And that was part of I wanted to see The Weeknd, but like I wanted to get there early so I could catch him, because like at that point, like I was like his music was just very like, damn, like this is so good. Like to me it's just so undeniable, and like everything is so seamless and smooth, and like the layers of his music, because I'm more of like instrumental beats, like I like building that. So like
I love that too.
When I listen to music, I like going back and like hearing all the different layers and all the different sounds and instruments that they're using. So like I'll listen, and that's what I'm listening for. So he like from the moment that I heard K Tronada, I was like, damn, like what is this? Like, and shout out to my boy Felipe. I'm gonna have him on the podcast tomorrow. He's in a band, but he's the one that put me on. So like, so but I don't even know where I was going with this.
You listen sometimes. But when I hear K Tronada, it makes me just think of like growing up in New York, like that house full soul, like different instruments, like the woman singing on the track, like. And my dad, he's a house music DJ, so like I kind of grew up with that.
That's that shit. That's what I've been on more lately. But as far as music and shit like that, that's what I was saying. But I feel like now is probably one of the best times. Now, again, I do think there's a lot of bullshit, and I do think there's you know, the mainstream shit is kind of like watered down, and like there's a formula now, just like there is to most things in life now, like, you know, any field, there's a formula to be successful, and there's, you know, a blueprint that you can follow, that if you follow it, you'll achieve some type of success. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're talented or that you have any, you know, you know, when we're talking about music specifically, that you have any like real musical like inclination or anything like that. But if you follow this formula and get the right people around you, you can sound good and you can sell records and make yourself marketable. And if you have a personality, that sometimes trumps being talented. Yeah. Which, hey, I'm not knocking the hustle. People got to make their money. If that makes you millions and sets you up for, you know, financial freedom and you can set your family up, I'm not hating on it. I'm just calling it how I see it.
I agree with you. Like, one thing I will say, and this is just me being a weirdo, conspiracy, whatever, but I feel like the grip of the industry is, they're losing their grip. I feel like the independent artist is about to like be the rise. That is the rise. Like, the kids that are really gonna really thrive are the ones that are putting their own body of art out, their own creative. And for me, that's great, because as a digital artist, like, shoot, come to me, I'll create whatever you want. And it's like, before, I felt like it was very, like, especially back in like the times when like I grew up around the Lil Wayne era, it was very like industry, you know,
for sure.
Now I feel like with YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, Triller, whatever the other things that they're using, you can literally be the next sensation on your own dime. And I think that's so powerful for a person who is coming up in the music industry today. You could literally shoot a video with your phone and I feel like that's why so many people are getting into it, is because you could literally shoot a video with your phone and be the next thing. Like, I have a homegirl, I literally have heard her music on Instagram, like, as one of, like, not on Instagram, like, you know how they do the little TikTok
the trending shit,
stuff. Her stuff is trending on TikTok, and it's like, this is a homegirl. Like, I see, like, you would think it'd be like a celebrity or something that's trending, but no, she's just like me. Like, we punch in the same clock.
It cuts out the middleman. It cuts out the middleman. And somebody who was in the forefront of that in the beginning was Tyler, the Creator. That he kind of was not signing with he had a lot of big record, you know, Diddy, fucking Jay-Z, you know, big record labels were trying to sign him. He wasn't, because he was going out and shooting his videos himself and doing that shit. So like, you know, that's kind of like, you know, started that trend. You know, he's one of them. There's a lot of the other artists that were doing it, but
didn't Doechii start on YouTube?
I think so, yeah. I mean, Doja Cat's another one that her first song was that cow song on YouTube. Have you ever seen that shit?
No.
Oh man, I'll show you it afterwards. But that was like her first like big song, and people kind of thought it was a joke. But like, you know, now you see her and like the type of, like, you know, say what you want about her, but she's a great Cardi B.
I remember when she
on
was
Instagram.
I remember when she was just on Instagram with those funny videos. That's, you know, I'm watching Love and Hip Hop, and I'm like,
she's there.
Cardi B.
Next thing you know, she's fucking making a Grammy-winning album, which is still wild to me. Anyway, I'm not trying to throw shade, but that's wild to me. But I mean, great point. Like,
she started on Instagram. Like, you could be Cardi B. Get on Instagram, throw yourself out there, and it hit me up for your graphics.
Real shit though. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it has its pros and cons to it. Just like most things, you know, there's good and bad to it. It's just, you know, how you decide to use it and how much you decide, you know, it's going to take over your life or not.
The access we have today is like, if you're not taking advantage of the access and intelligence that we have today, you're crazy. You're crazy. Like,
honestly, this
is a crazy time to be alive. Like, back in the day, our cousins and our uncles and stuff was in the streets selling CDs.
For real, handing them out.
Like,
word of mouth. Which, I mean, for what it's worth, I think word of mouth is still one of the best forms of marketing shit too. Because if someone that, you know, is that you trust is telling you this shit, I feel like you're, you know, more likely to kind of. So I mean, completely agree with everything you're saying. Like, you got to get with the times, but you know, like I said, with the podcast, you know, when we were getting our most followers at a higher rates, because we were out downtown fucking going up face to face, like, hey, you listen to podcasts? You do? Bet. Like, pull out your Instagram, pull out your YouTube. Oh, you don't? Well, fuck, check us out. Like, you know, we either have a shirt on or whatever, or, you know, tell them and just fucking. There was one night that I got one of those Lime scooters and was just pulling up on people like, hey, you listen to podcasts? And they would either say yes or no, but like, how you going to say no to a guy that's pulling up to you on a scooter? Like,
I think that gives you skin in the game. I feel like that'll give you the advantage. Like if you got the social media and you got the grit to do face to face, that gives you the advantage, because so many people just want to do everything behind the phone.
Which is something that I got to get back into now, that I got to start going out to events a little bit more and things like that. Like when I was younger doing it, like I didn't mind because we were going out downtown anyway. So it's like we might as well like promote some shit while we're out here anyways.
Speaking of events, I have an event coming up. You should come.
Shit, let me know. Yeah.
Next week, Thursday, I'm doing like, I'm gonna be selling like clothes and art and stuff. It's gonna be at Chosen. I gotta give you the address.
Yeah, send it to me on IG. Yeah,
and for y'all too.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, plug this shit.
Let me do my plug. But next week, it's gonna be a tattoo party, a discounted tattoo party, and there's gonna be music, DJ, a food truck. I'm gonna be selling clothes there. It's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe. I had to get my notes. Okay, so it's Juneteenth, 6/19.
Oh, I think I saw you posting about this. Yeah.
6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Shout out to Chosen. They're gonna be doing discounted tattoos, live DJ, food, performances. Other rappers are gonna be performing. So you'll probably see other rappers, connect with them, get them on your podcast and stuff like that. So that's next week, and then we have another event coming up, 7/26.
Damn, I got shirts I gotta sell too. Fuck.
Hey, we're looking for vendors too. We always need vendors.
All right, shit.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll give you the contacts and stuff like that. Yeah. But 7/26, July 26th. We're also having a For the Love of Art event. It's gonna be a pop-up event. It's gonna be live performers, rappers, singers. I'm gonna be having my art there. I think we're gonna have some live painters. It's at this new location. I don't know if you know about it. It's called Creative Distro. Okay, it's dope. It's like on South Orange Ave downtown. Right. It's like a new little venue, like they coming up or whatever. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be it's kind of like your kind of vibe.
Yeah, send me the info, because like I said, I need to start getting back out there and start, for sure. Bet. Yeah, I need to start getting back out and showing my face. So it's funny though, because like I've been going on other podcasts and things like that, and like they'll just introduce me as No Hangover, and I was talking to my dad about it. He's like, you don't really like introduce yourself like when you record. I'm like, fuck, you're right, I don't. Like, did
you introduce yourself?
I did in this one, but it's because I had talked with my dad and he pointed that out. I'm like, fuck, you're right, like I don't. And like I was so used to doing it when when it was me and my friends doing it, and we just kind of continued, and I just kind of stopped doing it. And then I guess this would kind of be a rebrand a little bit, I guess, in a sense. But I haven't really been doing it. Yeah, this is the first one I think I've done all year. So as far as like introducing myself and like I'm your host, like, that's but I'm cool with it, because I want to get the brand out there more than I actually want to get myself out there. Like,
but you are the brand.
Right, and that's that's kind of
you are the brand. This is the marketer and me talking. People, you sound like so many people that be like, "Oh, I want the business to shine." Yeah. People are only interested because it's you. Yeah, they like you.
So that's because like in my own life, I'm pretty low key. Like I'm to myself. Like I'm the same way. Like I can be by myself and be entertained and be fine. Like obviously I like social interaction and talking and things like that, but I get that, like, in my everyday life. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times people just come up to me and just say random shit or just start conversations and things like that. And I'm like, so I get it, like, in my everyday life. But this just kind of started, like I said, we were just, having conversations. Like, fuck, people like this, people our age aren't talking like this, have a conversation like this, like, talking in depth like this. So let's get drunk and record this shit and talk shit. Like, why the fuck not? But yeah, so... No, I definitely, I appreciate that. Yeah, send me all that info and I'll start popping out a little bit more. But oh shit, we got over an hour and shit. Damn, easy, right? Easy. You over here worried and shy, but it's not too bad, right?
Yeah, no, it was cool. Like,
and it was your first podcast, so congratulations.
Oh, and I got a little thing for you.
Oh,
I don't know. You might not like it because you're a guy. I was like, dang. I kind of wish you had like a female here, because I was like, damn, because I usually sell only girl stuff.
All right, well, let's see what it is.
It's cheesy. I don't even know if you don't like it. If you don't like it, I'll switch it out.
I mean, I appreciate the gift.
Yeah. If you can find it, it's a little thing. It's a little box. You see that's my sticker. But there's a box.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
You can't see that.
I'll put that somewhere.
If you could find it in there, it's so tiny. All that paper, tiny ass gift.
let's see what it is. Damn, this is a tiny box.
It's just
a little ring.
It's a 14. It's gold. It's 14 karat.
You know what's funny? That I've been actually meaning to get like a gold chain because my friends have been making. You don't have any gold in your fucking shit.
Really?
You need to get some gold.
I know, and I was peeping the silver. I was
I'm more
like,
of a silver. Yeah, I got the silver.
And your other gift was gonna be a silver chain. So, but see if it fits you though. Right. But it is 14 karat gold plated. So I saw like jewelry.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know what's actually great too? My grandfather was a jeweler. So
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna fit.
Got my pinky.
Oh, it fits.
It fits.
Okay, great.
Oh yeah, it fits on.
Great. So I have helped you transition into the gold.
Yeah. Now I gotta get a little chain and
get a little gold chain.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually want to get like a gold set.
Oh shoot!
I'm not gonna be that ignorant yet. Not yet. Yeah. But no, I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
I was like, I have to come with something.
Yeah, ushering me into my gold.
Yeah, I gotta push you in. I'm a gold girl. That's the half Puerto Rican in me. You know we love our gold.
Hey, for real. Nah, but yeah, that's cool as fuck. That's dope. I really appreciate it. It was definitely great having you on. Whenever you want to come back on, feel free, hit me up. If you have other people, other artists that you think would want to be on the podcast and put themselves out there, send them my way. I'm, like I said, I'm in the process of, anybody and everybody, like, come on in, let's coordinate and we'll get this shit done. So I appreciate you coming through. If you want to plug up any of your Instagram or social medias before we check out.
My Instagram is erraticinc.me. That's also my website. If you type in erraticinc.me, that's my website as well. I do graphics, logos, custom art. I sell clothing. So just follow me. You'll see all my business stuff on there. But yeah, that's it.
Beautiful. This is episode 217 of No Hangover Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow, rate across all platforms. We are on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast. We're on TikTok at @no_hangover. On YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Like I said, rate, comment, like, subscribe. Follow all that shit. There you go. I'm still trying to get in the groove of putting myself out there like that. But yes, again, thank you. Episode 217. Everybody love everybody. Deuces. That was easy. See, that was easy. Yeah.